This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like.
Okay, welcome everybody to the fourth and final game of the night. Second game of the girls high school division, as we have Claremont versus We Up. We Up being helped out by a few Stampede players. And I think Claremont might have a Stampede player as well. We'll see how it all shakes out. Thanks everybody for watching this We Up Summer League matchup on TecGym Sports. I'm your host, Will Simoneau. Let's see who gets the first points of the day. Here's Maddie Streeter now, setting up from the top. Sophomore from Springfield. Gives to Harper. Here's Maddie now. Here's Chambers now. Stevens in red just finished the game. They're playing back-to-back here in Ludlow. Thankfully, it's not as hot tonight as it often is. The rain outside helped cool things off a bit. We got the fans going. Nice pass inside from Tomberg to Aviles, but it's stripped away. Here's Maddie Chambers setting up. Still no score here in this one. Here's Moore now. Tries to find 24, but we got a backcourt. Here's Ashworth now to Tomberg. Back to Ashworth. Nice pass there to Aviles. Streeter wants a three-pointer, but Chambers is all in her face. No, that's all right. Thank you so much. Appreciate your help, Raylyn. Thanks to Raylyn Frattini for getting names and grades of everybody. All right, here's Chambers setting up at the top. Gives to Morin. Morin uses the screen. Pass inside to Pellin. This shot no good. Oh, but Harper Palmer can't quite get that one. It's going to be a red ball at the baseline. Here's Morin out to Pelton. Pelton thinks about the three. Palmer was on her though. Here's Morin. Uses a screen by Chambers. There's Morin forcing it up. She won't get the shot, but she'll get the foul. And Bailey Morin heads to the line. And there's 2 for Bailey. Bailey Morin gets her team the lead to start this game. Here comes Tate Simoneau into the game for We Up. Simoneau just finished the game on the Stampede side. Here she comes for We Up, a club she has played for on occasion. Here's Streeter now. Fires to Adela. Here's Simoneau inside to Avilace, back out to Ashworth. Gives the head fake and then works her way inside, but it's a triple team. Forces this one up, but I think the foul happened before the shot. Wow, that was really nice. Here's Avilace now. Kicks out to Simoneau. Looking to get inside. She does. And Simoneau with a floater. Tate Simoneau now on the board. The freshman from Springfield. Stolen away by Jay Stebbins on the move. Stebbins puts it in and 1. Jay Stebbins now heads to the line. Stebbins' shot doesn't land. We got some substitutions here. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Reese McCarthy in for the Stevens Cardinals. Watch out for this sharpshooter. Here's Goss there to Morin for 3 just off the front of the rim, and there's Stebbins with the rebound. Stebbins gives ahead to Simoneau, quick pass to Ashworth with the Euro, but they're going to call it a travel. Here's McCarthy now. Tries to give to Febby, but it's back and forth, comes up Black. Oh, we got London Febby playing for Stevens as well. And here's Reese McCarthy for a nice fast break. Tie game now. Here's Alexis Giddings for 3. And Bailey Morin now on the move. Get ahead to London Febby, who's going to draw the foul on her way to the basket. London Febby now, the freshman from Burton, headed to the line. London just about automatic on free throws and pretty much every other shot. Two in a row. Good work there, London Febby. And here comes Jay Stebbins. Good looking left-handed layup there, but it doesn't land. She gets the steal though. Here's Adela. Here's Simoneau for 3. Just off the back of the rim. Simoneau again driving inside with the floater. Rebounded by Pelton, who gives to Morin on the move. Good defense there by Jay Stebbins. This ball's going to go out of bounds. Good stop there by the freshman from Springfield. Here's McCarthy inside to Morin. She might have got pushed a little there by Alexis Giddings. Giddings now hustles back. Here's Morin again. This time she gets it. Oh, no shot though. Rebounded by Stebbins. Get ahead to Simoneau through traffic. This one's almost out of the building. Dell Ashworth going to start this one off from the baseline. Gives to Simoneau. Simoneau to Stebbins. Stebbins takes a shot. This three-pointer just off the back of the rim. Here's Febby now on the move. Tries to put it in front of McCarthy, but she can't quite get there. Here's Alexis Giddings to start things off. Jay Stebbins on the move. Here's Giddings to Ashworth, inside to Avilace. Stolen away by Chambers. And here's Moore against the double team, gets it to Chambers, who lays an elbow into Jay, or a shoulder into Stebbins. Let's see which way that one's gonna go. Seems like it could go either way. They're gonna call it a block. So here's Maddie Chambers now from the sideline. Here's Morin now.
Simoneau playing with some tight D right there.
There's Chambers for the shot. Rebounded by Stebbins, who's on the move now. Stopped by Febby, kicks out to McCarthy for the mid-range.
Just off the front of the rim, Reese McCarthy with that mid-range.
Rebounded by Avilace, and here's Simoneau resetting. Fires inside for Streeter, didn't quite get there, intercepted. And there's McCarthy going up strong. Nice layup there by the freshman from Springfield. Here's Streeter now. Simoneau from the top. Trying to get inside, kicks out to Ailey. Here's Jay Stebbins now. Driving through the middle, nice floater. Oh, good rebound attempt there by Streeter. Let's see how that one's gonna come down. Here's Chambers now. What are you seeing out there, Brody?
I'm seeing number 34 bring up the ball, and I'm seeing a bunch of passing and cutting and screens, off-ball screens. Looks like Reese McCarthy with the trying to show off the play, but passes it, and it's intercepted by Maddie Street.
Nice steal there by Streeter. Gives to Avilace for three, or she might have just had a toe on the line.
I thought that was a pass right there.
Here's Febby on the move. Nobody, all by herself. Oh no, this one bounces out. And there's something you don't see very often. London Febby on a layup that doesn't go in.
Usually London's got that pretty hardcore right off the back into the net, but looks like tonight she's getting a little nervous.
Pretty much automatic usually.
Tonight she's going a little bit nervous. I don't get how she missed that.
Here's Simoneau now. Guarded well by Chambers, forces the pass out of bounds. Let's see which way that one's going to go. They're going to give it to Stevens.
Looks like it's going a black ball. Reese McCarthy passing the ball in. Number 34 bringing up the ball.
Gives to Stebbins. No. To Morin. Here's Chambers again. Working on Streeter. Good defense, though, by the freshman.
Good defense by We Up over here.
Good bit of ball movement there. Finds McCarthy on the corner. This one doesn't go, though, and here's Stebbins. And Jay Stebbins gets it home. Good take there by the freshman.
She can not get knocked out. She is good with her layups.
McCarthy now. Well defended by Stebbins. And she comes up with the rebound.
Jalen passing to Maddie Streeter. Maddie Streeter going up for the layup. Oh, fumbles it.
Good pass there for Streeter. Just couldn't quite reel it in. Here comes McCarthy. Her team up by 2 now.
Reese McCarthy.
Again, well defended by Stebbins.
Reese McCarthy getting blocked just by Jalen Stebbins. Jalen going for the 3. And it's
that
an
shot
air ball.
by Stebbins. Tipped by Chambers, and now Chambers has the ball on the move. Good pass to McCarthy, who will finish. Nice assist there.
Great pass by number 34 to McCarthy for the wide open 2.
By Chambers, and good finish by McCarthy. Here's Adela now. Finding Tomberg underneath. Here's Ashworth for 3, just long.
From downtown, she tried making that one.
Kick back to. Good ball movement here. There's McCarthy. Just off the rim. Here's Ashworth with the rebound. Drafting half. Here's Stebbins. Stebbins finds Palmer. Back to Ashworth. Thinks about 3. Tries to get to Chambers, but McCarthy goes up for it. Finds Chambers.
Reese McCarthy out there like a wide receiver.
And Reese McCarthy on the quick catch and shot. Brings that one in. 12-6 now, Stevens. And another steal. Here's Maddie Chambers on the move, and she'll draw the foul. Maddie Chambers heads to the line. Chance to add to this lead.
Looks like she was pretty hyped up about that foul.
Yeah. This one just a little short. Chambers trying to laugh that one off. Here's another attempt.
Oh, she's a little bit too short.
Ooh. Tomber going for that one. Might have been pushed a little as she hits the deck. Palmer checking her out, making sure she's okay. And they're going to give that one to Stevens.
I thought there might have been a little foul there.
Yep, it's not the way the officials saw that one. Here's Morin on the take. Good take there by Goss. Doesn't land, but she comes up with the rebound. All alone is Shauna Morin. Here's Pelton for 3.
Bang! That was a swish.
And Adrena Pelton with a great shot. Here's Giddings. Gives to Adela. And then cuts through. Here's Stebbins for 3. Just off. Pelton comes away with that rebound. Gives to Febby. One girl to beat. Passes to Chambers. And that mid-range is good.
That was a
Nice shot there by 34.
good little mid-ranger.
Maddie Chambers. The sophomore from Stevens. Here's Stebbins with room. Gives to Ashworth. Back to Stebbins. Fires for 3. Boom!
Bang! Jalen
And Jay
Stebbins with
Stebbins hits
that
from
3.
deep. Nice shot there by the freshman. Lund and Fabby's shot stolen. And then a bit of contact. Let's see what the call is there. Looks like it's going to be Wee up ball at the baseline.
Yeah.
Here's Alexis Giddings. Going to inbound to Stebbins. And Jaylin working her way up the court. Thinking about a drive, too much traffic. But she draws the foul.
She still shot it after the whistle. Last time somebody did that, I think somebody got teched up.
Well, she was in the motion of shooting as the whistle blew. I think they only call that if the whistle blows, then you take a couple steps and continue shooting. Here's Simoneau now, working the ball around. Gets to Giddings. Giddings thinks about it. Gives back to Simoneau. Finds Aviles inside, kick back to Giddings. Gonna swing it. Here's Stebbins for three. Little long.
But there should have been a foul there.
Yeah, Ashworth tried to put back. She looks a little disappointed there was no call on that one either. This one's going red. And here's Bailey Morin again. Nice pass ahead to Chambers, kicks out to Febby. This one under the bottom of the rim. Pelton working hard underneath, but she's triple teamed. Ooh! And there's a hard foul. Chambers, such a tough player. Hits Adela Ashworth pretty hard. Ashworth goes down, but she pops right back up. Ashworth pretty tough herself. Oh, that pass just a little too high for Stebbins. Eight-point game here. As Bailey Morin on the move. That layup maybe tipped by Simoneau. Febby resets. So does Chambers. Chambers starts sizing up Aviles, tries to fire. A little long. Here comes Morin, who will head to the line again. Bailey Morin camping out at the free throw line today. Morin's second shot is good, and she'll add to that lead. 9-point game now. Here's Palmer. Swing around quickly, inside to Aviles, who's going to go up for it and draw a foul of her own. And here's Airly Aviles to the line. Airly, a very good foul shooter. With less than a minute in this half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead. Oh, just off the front of the rim. Here's Aviles for the second shot. This one's good. And Airly gets it home. 8-point game now. Morin on the move. Well defended by Stebbins. Morin's going to get around the corner. Tries to force it through, but Palmer is there with a clean stop. Here's Palmer now inside to Aviles. Kicks back out. Here's Simoneau trying to spin her way inside. Through traffic. Finds Stebbins for three, but there's a hand from Goss. Not letting that one go. Less than 30 seconds now. Simoneau throws that one up. Does she draw the foul? No, this one's going to Claremont. Here's Morin now, stolen by Simoneau. Chambers flies in. That one's got to be a foul. And Tate Simoneau heads to the line. We have a timeout? Okay, timeout with just under 5 seconds left. We'll be back right after the break. Okay, here we go. Just about 5 seconds left. Wow, I'm really surprised they're not at the line there. Could have sworn that was a foul. Here's Simoneau for three. Just off. All right, we're headed into halftime now. Thanks everybody for watching this girls high school matchup of We Up Summer League on TecGym Sports.
This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Bactaw Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game. This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Bactaw Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at TecGym.
Okay, we're back for the last 20 minutes of basketball of the evening. Here's Stevens Cardinals up by 8 against We Up Elite. Both teams with a little help from players on Stampede. Here's Morin for three. Rebounded by Maddie Chambers. No. Maddie Streeter. Here's Palmer to Ashworth. Nice pass inside from Tomberg to Avilace. Good ball movement here by We Up. Good take by Streeter. This one rebounded by Goss. And here's Maddie Chambers. This one knocked out of bounds. Couldn't tell if that was Avilace or Streeter. One of them got a hand on it. Chambers gives to Morin, who gives to the other Morin. And here's Goss. This one lands out of bounds. Good defense there by Airly Avilace. I believe that's who stopped it. And here comes We Up, down by 8. Streeter to Tomberg. Ashworth finds Avilace, who was fouled as she tries to reel in that ball. We Up now resetting. Ashworth. Streeter. Here's Ashworth, grabs that one before it goes out of bounds. Good hands there by Adela. Harper into Early. Kicks it out to Streeter. Ball's tipped away by Morin as Streeter rounds the corner and the other Morin ropes it in. But she'll lose it out of bounds. Nice defense there by Maddie Streeter. Way to hustle back. And here's Morin to start things off. Kicks out to Chambers. There's Morin. Roped in by Palmer. And here's Streeter now with the ball. Maddie Streeter, the sophomore out of Springfield. And the officials are calling that one a travel. The fans don't like it. Okay, here's Avilace. Thinks about a three-pointer, drives inside, step back, draws two defenders, finds Harper Palmer for three, but it doesn't land. And here's Goss. Long pass to Morin. Morin with the spin move, runs right into Maddie Streeter. And what's the call going to be on that one? I think they're going to call the foul and give it to Stevens. Good defense there by Streeter. Steals the ball away. And Adela Ashworth is knocked down. Let's see what the call is for that one. Looks like this is going to be We Up ball. Here's Ashworth again. Finds Streeter, who has a moment. Nice pass there to Harper Palmer. Taylor Tomberg got knocked down as she tried for that rebound. Here's Chambers now. Finds Pelton for three. And this one's a nice three-point shot by Adrena Pelton. She can hit. Here's Chambers now to Tomberg. No, I keep calling her Chambers. It's Maddie Streeter, number one, the sophomore from Springfield. Gives to Tomberg. Nice pass inside to Haley. Kicks back out to Palmer. Here's Streeter. Gives to Tomberg, inside again, another nice pass to Avilace, who fights her way through traffic and draws the foul. That's what Coach Cosby was telling her. Even when you're double, triple teamed inside like that, go up for it. Even if you don't get the shot, you're going to the line. And that one's good. And Ailey's brother, Will Avilace, pretty excited about that one. Here's Airley for its second attempt. And there's 2 in a row for Aviles. There's Febby on the shot. She might have got bumped a little, but McCarthy's there to finish. Good work there by the freshman from Springfield. Here's Simoneau now from the top. Kicks out to, I believe that was Jay Stebbins on the corner. Here's Goss into Febby. Stolen away by Streeter. Kick back to Aviles, who finds Stebbins on the far side. Rebounded by Goss. Aviles, though, played tight defense, but Chambers ends up with it. Here's McCarthy now to Pelton. Chambers for 3. Roped in by Streeter. No, roped in by Aviles, given to Streeter. Here's Jay Stebbins. This one doesn't land, and we're going to have a jump ball. Both girls fighting hard for that one. Here's Goss now on the baseline. As Stevens now up by 11. And here comes McCarthy. Kicks back, but Simoneau's there to grab it. Oh, Simoneau tried to find Aviles, but Goss got in the way. Nice interception there by the sophomore from Claremont. Here's Moore firing for 3, just off the front of the rim. Here's Stebbins with the rebound. Going to go up through a lot of contact. Shot doesn't go in, but Jay's headed to the line. This one in and out. One more attempt for Stebbins. We'll have some subs. And Jay's second shot is in. Jay Stebbins now good for the free throw. Here's Moore into Febby. Febby kicks back. Chambers for 3, no good. Here's Moore inside to Febby. Stebbins, good defense there. Here's Moore again for 3. This one roped in by Goss. Two defenders on her though. Goss kicks out. There's McCarthy just inside. No good, and that one's grabbed by Simoneau, and she'll escape. Here's Simoneau, tries to get ahead to Tomberg. Takes in the layup, no. Oh, Jay tried to grab that one, but it went right through. Or perhaps Stebbins thought that was going out on red. Here we go, Chambers setting up on the side. Good defense there. Finds McCarthy in motion. There's Goss in and out. And we'll have a timeout. All right, 10-point game now with 11 minutes left in the final game of the evening here in Ludlow. We'll see you back in just a minute. Okay, here we go. 11 minutes left in this game. We up down by 10, but on the move. Here's Tomberg, passes inside to Avilace, has to fight for it. This one's gonna slip through the hands. That put pad good by Bailey Morin. And the sophomore from Claremont gets a good one. Here comes Stebbins inside. Simoneau's able to grab it before it goes out of bounds. There's Avilace inside. Gonna face some contact going up for that one. No whistle. Okay, here's Morin on the move. All over the top of the key, might as well. And Bailey Morin punishes him for leaving her unguarded. Here's Simoneau for three. A little long. Good look by the freshman. It was the right shot to take. She was open. Here's Morin again for three. Back to back. And if you're We Up, the last thing you want to see here is Bailey Morin getting hot outside with Reese McCarthy also on the court. That's a dangerous combination. Here's Stebbins now for three. Just off. McCarthy with the rebound. Here's Maddie Chambers for three. Okay. We Up now, down by 18. Simoneau fires for three, little long. Here's Stebbins. That one's knocked away by McCarthy. It'll end up out of bounds. All right. Pretty much a three-point shootout at this point here in Ludlow. As Simoneau fires. There's Giddings going up for it, but it's blocked. Get ahead to McCarthy. Oh! Nice stop by Jay Stebbins as she went up. She climbed all the way up for that one. Her mom thinks it was clean. Here's McCarthy at the line. No shot, we got a violation on that one. Okay, 18-point game here. We Up, trying to get something going. Got to get a few points on the board and create some momentum. This one almost saved by Stebbins as she flew in, trying to save it. Not in time, though. Oh, maybe it was in time. Looks like it's going to be We Up ball. Here's Simoneau. Give to Ashworth. Stebbins for a deep three. Little long. Here's Chambers now. One girl to beat. She's going to fire for three. Why not? They're up by 18, and it seems to be a three-point contest. Here's Simoneau to Ashworth. Simoneau on the cut. Ashworth to Stebbins. Stebbins finds Palmer in the corner, who almost gets it. This one's going to come up white. Here's Stebbins now. Finds Simoneau in the wing. Simoneau driving inside. That shot stuffed by Pelton. Good defense there by the senior. Okay, here's We Up now on the move. Good work there by Jay Stebbins, getting the rim, but the shot doesn't land. Morin fires for another one, and that's 3 for Bailey and just in this half. Or maybe it's 4, I've lost track at this point. Way to go up for it, Harper Palmer. That's going to be a travel, though, on Grace Goss, as she tried to put it out off Palmer's ankle, leg. Here's Stebbins. To Streeter. Streeter drawing Morin out, trying to create a little space, gives to Pelton. No, sorry, not Pelton. That was Palmer, I mean. Here's Febby for 3, just a little long. Reeled in by Morin. They're going to call that one a travel on Goss. That's the second travel she's had now where she looks up and she says, well, what do you mean? Goss definitely not happy about those calls. Nice pass. Stebbins can't quite get there though. Tough defense there by Streeter, might be a block. And Morin's going to get a chance to reset on this one. Here's Febby for 3, nope. Kick to Pelton. Fakes a 3, drives inside. She's going to go for it. Off the rim. Early Aviles comes down with that one. Gives to Streeter. Here's Palmer. Just off the back of the rim. Roped in by Aviles. Tries to find Streeter, but Morin gets it, and there's another block by Jay Stebbins. But London Febby gets it and puts it home. Here's Stebbins. Out to Palmer. Back to Stebbins. Thinks about 3, gives to Palmer, who has a look. Oh, just off the back. Palmer gets her own rebound, though. But Adrena Pelton there with a stop. Nice pass from Morin to Febby. And Febby draws a foul from Streeter. So London Febby, the freshman from Burton, heads to the line. And that's always good to hear. Here at Summer League, we got parents cheering for players on both teams. Here's Stebbins now. Finds Ashworth in just about the corner. Nice give inside to Palmer. Here's Stebbins for 3. Boom! Good look there by the freshman. Jay Stebbins hits a swish. Here's Morin now. Step back. Chambers gives to Goss. Chambers now. Back to Morin. No hurry here. Chambers with some fancy moves. Here comes Morin on the run. And drives this one home. Good finish there by Bailey Morin, the sophomore out of Claremont. Here's Streeter now. Finds Ashworth. Ashworth drives in. Loses it underneath. Ashworth not very happy about that one. She's feeling a little dejected at this point, I think. There's Morin, puts it up. Nice grab there by Alexis Giddings. Here comes Streeter. Oh, just off. Pelton with the rebound. Ends up in Chambers' hands. Here's Chambers now, working on Streeter. Streeter playing tough defense. Chambers gets it to Morin, inside to Pelton. Brought down by Ashworth. Here's Adela Ashworth now on the move. Setting up, she's got space to work. She's going to give it to Stebbins in the corner, almost. And there's Streeter, oh. Stebbins trying to go for it, but there's a lot of contact there. And she got spun around. Jaylyn might have got poked in the eye. She's not coming out of the game though. Streeter to Palmer. Palmer hits back to Streeter for a good look. Just under. Nice save there by Tomberg. And here's Chambers with less than a minute left. No hurry for Stevens as they've got this one in the bag. This one stolen away. Here's Streeter. Good mid-range jumper there. Though I don't know if she actually jumped. Good mid-range shot. Stevens now happy to run out the clock. We up, pressuring a little bit. But they're going to let time run out on this. No point going to the line. As Claremont had a 21-point lead. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Another evening of We Up Summer League. This was the girls' high school division. I'm your host, Will Simoneau for TecGym Sports. We'll see you again this Saturday for the first round for the All-Star games. And the first round of the playoffs for, I think, the younger division. You'll have to check the We Up website for details on that. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you soon.
This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Backtop Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game.